Alper, do you have a booth? We're coming for you next, okay?
Coming for you next. I feel comfortable.
Yeah. All right, so what do you get when you mix Sons of Anarchy with Albert Einstein and MIT? You get Bill Dunkleberger. Bill from Blueridge Technologies, how's it going, buddy?
Great, it's great. It's a good show. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Congratulations on the Control Trends Award. You guys did really well.
Thanks, yeah, it was a great event. Getting those awards got us a little more recognition.
So if you need to know, one reason why you should buy from Blueridge Technologies is it's Monday morning, Sunday night everybody's on Bourbon Street. Not many people here, but Bill is at the booth.
That's right. Had to get up early. A little discipline goes a long way.
Well, it really does, buddy. So listen, you guys are sort of rethinking the lighting a little bit. For our viewers who might not know what Blueridge does, tell them what you've been doing and then what you're thinking about doing in the very near future.
Okay, well, primarily we are providing unified lighting control. And where unified, I'm using that word rather than integrated, because it's integrated means there's two wires, possibly a gateway, another front end. The Blueridge system's a native backnet system that lives on the BAS network. Okay, so no two front ends. A lot of, Tritium, Honeywell, all the various Jace families here all know how to do a front end, all know how to do analytics. So we're a provisioner. We get in the dirty end of the business, the line voltage switching, the dimming, the intellectual properties, understanding the codes, the lighting codes, and the right applications. So that's what Blueridge does. So we unify, pull it all together.
You guys really do, and our Control Trends community that watches regularly knows this because you've been a regular on the show, but for those who haven't been regulars on the show, Bill actually started in the BAS side. We're working with ALC and other companies, so you really understand it from the systems integrator's perspective, and I think your products are indicative of that sort of understanding.
Yeah, living in our partners' shoes, understanding what world and what customers they have to serve is the expertise, I think, that we bring to the table. We have over 100 years control experience in our company.
Well, you really do, and I think the thing is, if you look at a commercial building, I mean, the lighting by far is where the biggest waste takes place, and also where you can get the biggest production. If you don't have the lighting right, people are not as productive. So, I mean, typically that's been done completely separately, where you're not bringing things together with a holistic approach, but it seems like the BAS side is sort of winning that battle for the front end, the analytics, and so on and so forth. So it really makes sense to work with a lighting system like you guys have that is really focused on the BAS front end.
I think the big advantage to end users is the ability to use a familiar tool and a company, whoever they're using, whatever integrator that they trust. So they'll be there for them. So that's an advantage. I think, like you said in the beginning there, people don't realize that the connected lighting load is as large, if not a little bit larger, according to the Department of Energy, than the HVAC. So it's a real opportunity for an energy savings.
You know, an owner's making an investment in a product. I mean, there are really two components that go into it, right? You got the price of the product itself, plus you got the cost to install it. And it seems like, again, with your background, you guys are really focusing on making the lowest overall cost in terms of installation, and you've sort of taken a different approach. Can you show us a little bit what you got here?
We're just about, and we're here at the show rolling out what we call our modular I/O platform. Rather than having to buy fixed I/O with controllers in certain quantities, now you can mix and match. And you can package it the way it fits your installation, because it's one thing about lighting control, it's changing. Lighting control was done back at the electrical room at the panel board. So you had a big panel full of relays and controls. Now it's moving out like DDC, it's being distributed and moving out into the space 3 to 6 amps at a time. So we needed to facilitate that from a hardware standpoint, and that's where we came out with the Mile system.
All right, Bill, so this is kind of cool looking, man. I think it looks like something my 1-year-old could play with and make work.
Probably. I couldn't, but he probably could. So you start here on your left, and this is what we call our termination board, and it's basically your power supply. It's a 1 amp DC power supply. Next to it's the new modular controller. Next to it is an AO08, which is 8 analog outputs for dimming. 2 of those, and then a UI16. Now the thing about our system is a little different, is that all these points are available over BACnet, and they're not just for lighting. So if you needed to bring in CO2 or temperatures into the other end of the BAS, you can do it through this system. So it offers people an efficiency. And this is the low voltage side of our product line. Our switching side will be modular after the first year or two. So,
Very cool. Now, Bill, usually when I think of lighting panels, I think of big panels, and panel space obviously costs money. It seems like this is really taking some of that cost out.
it is. One of the things it's going to allow us to do is on the larger panels, if you need them, you can plug them up, make a bigger panel, but we'll be able to make it narrower so those narrow columns and inside of walls and things will get better. But it'll also allow us to start at a 6.5 by 9.5 package and go up to as big as you want to make an enclosure.
Very cool.
So
Bill, everybody's talking about mobile apps now, making things happen remotely. You guys got a mobile app. Tell us a little bit about that and how that works.
well, it's again, this is the difference between us. We really don't have a mobile app, but Tritium does.
So you're utilizing what's already there.
We're leveraged with our partners at Cochrane. This was a simple demo on a Jace 4. And normally, if you can see it, your stations are physical. Normally you have a physical station, a touch station. So these will turn on your lights and it's physical in the room. What we also have, we have a mobile app. Right, so you want to set up your conference room for your preset. So now you can do it from your phone, from anywhere, or in the room, and it's like a physical station. Eric, you can get your phone out, we'll put you on, and you can have a station too, and we can have dueling conference room control.
Bill, that's really cool stuff. The other thing too is the product's only really as good as the training, and we've been up to your training facility in Blueridge, Georgia, which is just north of Atlanta. You guys training bar none, and you guys are pretty proud of it. You charge a lot for it, right? How much are you guys charging?
It's free. We don't believe in charging for tools or training. That's our investment in our partners and in their success.
Very cool. So Bill, best website for people to get a hold of you guys at?
www.brtint.com.
There you go. All right, man. Thanks so much, Bill.
Thanks, Eric. I'm getting better at it.